Well, look, I mean, this is probably the biggest technology transformation we've seen in a long time since the cloud. And, you know, we were pioneers in the cloud. There's a lot of experience that we, Amazon, have in terms of building capacity and AI infrastructure. We believe, given the amount of large companies, businesses, governments that are building on us, that it's really important to continue to invest in this capacity. You will have seen that we've invested in Europe very recently. In the UK, it was about 8 billion that we announced. In Germany, it's been about 16 billion of announcement. The reason for doing that is to make sure that our customers have the ability to be able to actually scale securely on cloud and AI infrastructure. But having said that, it is actually a very competitive market, and there are, in fact, a number of players in the infrastructure space, in the software space, and our view is let's bring choice to customers of those models, because no one model actually will answer the question for what customers want to do.
One of the most interesting pieces of this report to me is the evolution between last year's report and this year's report in terms of who is adopting AI. That last year you saw the AI adoption led by large companies, and this year it seems like it's really all about the startups. How do you explain the contrast in terms of who's adopting AI, and what are the implications of startups being much quicker to employ these new technologies, but large companies being a lot slower? Yeah, we do actually see this sort of two-speed economy emerging. Look, large companies are consistently using AI. So in fact, the report shows that 50% are consistently using AI. What we find with large companies are they're much more investing in sort of the productivity-driven initiatives. And the reason for that is, look, they are more complex organizations. There's a lot of legacy tech in there that they need to transform. So just the migration over to cloud requires a new set of skills, a new operating model, a new business mindset. Startups tend to be digitally native from the very beginning. They're right out the go, cloud first, AI first. They are the innovation engine of our economy, so it's quite good to actually see them do that. But you are seeing some great examples. I'll give you two. In the startup world in France, there's a little company called Eciop. And what they're doing is they're using our technology to transform very complex medical data into regulatory documents, right? Reducing search time from months to seconds. Now, the reason for that is you can bring medical products to market faster. On the other hand, if you look at BT, they're using our Amazon Q product to help their software coders write lines of code and remove some of that tedious task that everybody goes through in software coding, right? As much as 12%. So there's productivity that they're going after, and we are very confident that that will start to get reinvested in growth projects and innovation. So that's the distinction you're seeing. Really helpful clarity. I wonder to what extent, in addition to the sort of what you just explained as being first focused on productivity and then potentially on growth opportunities for the large companies, but to what extent are large companies more hesitant to employ AI because of regulatory requirements and concerns around data privacy that exist in Europe?
Yeah, really great question. You will see in the report that while we're super encouraged by the adoption, there are three actually barriers that we talk about. One is regulation. I'll come right back to it. I think the first one I want to actually call out is skills. And what you will see companies say is it's not technology that is the hurdle. It's actually finding digital skills. So investing in education is going to be super important. We, by the way, are doing a lot of that, but we need to do a lot more. Regulation, what we're hearing from our customers, and it's not just the report, I speak to CEOs on a really regular basis, and what they are saying to us is like navigating the EU AI Act, for example, is a bit like a jigsaw puzzle that you're working on and the pieces are constantly moving. So what we believe is necessary for accelerated adoption is consistent international standards, use case specific regulation, and regulation, by the way, which we support, that is innovation friendly and not stifling. And I'll give you one other stat. For every 100 euros that could be spent on innovation, 40 is being spent on compliance cost, right? So that's the sort of thing we need to address. And of course, finally, funding. Funding for startups, VC funding, both government and private, is really, really critical. You'll have seen coming out of the Munich conference that actually there's an increase in spending on defense tech and security tech. So that's good to see.